for Ksenia has been started, so let's begin. And today, ladies, we're going to speak about work, and we'll be speaking about responsibilities and things that we do at work day to day. Today, we will also see what people with different professions do regularly at their work. But we will start with an interesting topic and with an interesting question. What do you think? What do you and maybe other people waste their time doing at work? For example, I may think about myself. When I was working for a language school, I used to sometimes chat to my colleagues and waste time, having small talks right there and there. So we also used to have some tea or coffee breaks and chat together, right? And my ex-boss was a fan of different meetings and discussions. But in my opinion, some meetings were total waste of time. Sometimes it was enough to send an email, and inform people. But we would meet and discuss things for hours. And for me personally, it was a bit of waste of time. What do you think about yourselves? Is there something you waste time doing at work? Irin, how about you?
Good question. I think we have every week meeting with the chief, главный врач.
Oh, head doctor.
Head doctor, and with the head of all departments in our clinic. And sometimes I think it was a waste of time because we spend a lot of time in the morning when we have a lot of work in our department. We should go to the patients and check their conditions and have a lot of another work. And I think if we provide, if we provided this meeting after dinner, for example, it would be a great idea and it wouldn't be a waste of time.
Okay. Got it. Is there something else you waste your time on at work, maybe?
Sometimes we with my colleagues have some tea and have some break, but if we have an emergency person, an emergency patient, we go to the emergency room and do our work. I don't like to откладывать работу.
To put my work off, to put something off.
I don't like to put my work off, and I prefer to do all of my work and after that have some break.
Okay. Wow, Irin, that sounds perfect because this is exactly the person with good time management. Yes, I always want to do the same, but it happens differently. I always put everything for the last moment. Yes, until the last moment. Yeah, right. So time management is really cool. Elmir, what about you? Is there something you waste time doing at work?
Previously, we had working meeting every day, about 1 hour, and we understand that it's waste time.
In the past,
we understood that it was waste time at work, and now we meet once a month.
Oh, all
but-
right. Such a great change from every day to once a month. Cool.
But we have 2 meeting with our boss,
Mhm.
boss clinic, but it online meeting.
Uh-huh.
It's very comfortable.
Mhm. Right. Okay. So the meetings are not a problem anymore. No?
Yes.
Good. So is there something you may waste your time doing? For example, Irina said sometimes she drinks a coffee or tea with her colleagues and have a small talk. What about you?
In this clinic, it's when I was in state clinic, it was
Mm-hmm.
often, but in new clinic, it's not very often because every hour we заняты,
We are
we're being our cabinet with patients.
uh-huh.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I do my homework for English if I have free time.
Okay. Which is definitely not a waste of time. Yes.
Yes. In new clinic, it's really it's
Uh-huh. It is really so. Yeah, it is really
really so nice.
okay. We're going to have a look at the statistics. So British scientists made a little research to find out what people waste their time doing at work. They interviewed some number of people and found out what are the most common things. Have a look here. So we asked 2,000 employees, yeah, how they spend their time at work. So employees is a good word for us here. Is it the boss or is it the worker? Employee,
Worker.
the worker, yeah, and employer is someone who gives you the job, right? Okay, so here employees, and let's see the results. Yes, how people waste their time. Here are the top work time wasters. I will start and then you will also read the statistics for us. Have a look. 52% of employees waste time talking on the telephone. Erin, go on.
40% of employees waste time chatting to colleagues.
Right. Elmira, go on.
38 employees using social media.
Okay,
Oh,
38% of employees, yeah, waste time. Yeah, don't make a
Yes.
shortcut. Say it again, please.
38% of employees using social media.
Ага, use тогда, yeah, use. So
Use.
use,
Mhm.
what regularly use social media. Good, Erin, go on.
35% of employees waste of time surfing the internet.
True, okay. Elmir, you?
23 employees.
23% of employees.
23% of employees
Huh?
waste times.
Hmm?
Waste time at work for emails.
For emails or sending emails. Very good, okay. Erin, what's next?
23% of employees waste of time due to unnecessary meetings.
Yeah, right, okay. Elmira?
25% of employees getting distracted by noisy.
Get.
Get distracted by noisy colleagues.
Yeah, that's right. You know, for example, you are trying to concentrate at work and someone is chatting, talking, doing some mess around. Yeah. Okay. And Erin, the last one here.
29% of employees waste of time for breaks for food, cigarettes, and etc.
Right. Yeah, cigarettes, food, coffee, tea, and stuff like that. All right. Ladies, what do you think? Would the situation in Russia be similar if we interview people, or would it be different? What do you think?
Similar.
Similar. Elmir, you think similar? Eden, do you agree?
Maybe the percent of employees who waste of time for bricks for cigarettes will be
Higher.
higher.
Higher, right. This is what I also thought. I think some coffee, tea breaks, cigarette breaks, that is a lot higher in Russia. But maybe telephone conversations are a bit lower, yeah, not 52%. I don't know many people who just chat on the phone. What about you?
Yes, I agree with you.
Yeah. All right.
We talk a lot of time of our working day on the phone with relatives, our patients, or another familiar people for our patients, and we wasted a lot of time when there was a COVID-19 pandemic, because relatives of our patients didn't have opportunity to talk with us using another method, another way.
Yeah, and they couldn't also talk, of course, to their relatives. Yeah, they could not come and visit.
Yes. And we spent a lot of time for telephone calling.
Yeah, I see. Well, this is also some kind of important part, yes, for mental health of the patients and their relatives. But of course, it takes a lot of time from doctors. Yeah. Okay, fine. Now let's look at some activities that people do as a part of their work, main activities at work and main responsibilities. And I'd like you to work individually first. Look quickly at these phrases given here. Check out if you know them all or some of them are new, and we will discuss them then. Okay. Any phrases that you would like me to help you with?
Set up meetings.
Set up meetings. So we've got a phrase arrange meetings, yeah, and set up meetings. If you set up a meeting, you decide about the time and the place. In Russian, we say назначить встречу. Yeah? Okay. Good. Elmir, something else?
Arrange. Договариваться, да?
Arrange, yes, when you talk to a person and say, let's have a meeting. Yeah, we will
Mhm.
discuss this and that and that. Okay. Good. Ladies, something more?
Manage projects, people, shop.
This is
Manage.
lovely. Manage. Okay. Elmir, maybe you have an idea what is to manage.
Управлять.
Управлять. Very good. Yeah. To manage a project, управлять проектом. Yeah. Manage people, manage a shop. I think it's now clear. Right. Good. Ladies, something more? No, that's it. Elmira, for you?
М, Так. Offer someone a job, предложить работу.
Предложить
Кому-то.
кому-то работу. Very good. Yeah.
Employ people — это нанимать, да?
Нанимать.
Предлагать.
Да, у нас там был сегодня, да, employee, это все однокоренные слова. От глагола employ, нанимать на работу, employee – это тот, кто работает, а который босс, начальник – это
Employer.
employer, right. А как
Мгм.
будет безработица с тем же самым корнем?
Unemployed.
Unemployed.
Meant,
А.
да, типичный суффикс существительного. Вообще трудовая занятость – это employment, опять же от глагола employ. Employment, unemployment. Yeah. To employ people. Lovely. Irina, how do you understand do a research?
Проводить исследования.
Yeah, very good. Okay. The rest is clear, I think. Yes. All right. Elmir, what about serve customers? What is that? Serve customers?
Обслужить покупателей.
Или
Клиентов.
клиентов, да? Serve. Okay.
Мгм.
If you look carefully, ladies, at these phrases, you can see that all of these phrases have got a verb and a noun. Have a look.
Mhm.
Arrange, meetings, do, research. Yeah. So these are noun, verb, noun combinations. Okay.
Мгм.
I'm
Мгм.
going to tell you a verb. You tell me all the phrase. For example, if I tell you give, Irin, what do you say?
Give presentations.
Right. Elmira, if I say write, you say
Write reports.
reports.
Report.
Irin, work.
Work in a team.
Okay. Elmir, employ.
Employ people.
Right. Irin, arrange.
Arrange meetings or interview.
Okay. Now let's try it without the phrases. Try to remember. Okay. So if it is difficult, I will help you. No worries. So Irin, for you, do.
Do research.
Very good. Elmir, give.
Give them for presentation, по-моему.
Good. Yes. Irina, for you, offer.
Offer a new job.
Right. Offer someone.
Someone a new job.
Okay. Elmira, serve.
Serve customers.
Customers. Right. Потому что customs это таможня. Yeah. Customers.
Customers.
Irin, interview.
Interview. Arrange interview.
No, interview has a verb here.
Interview people.
That's right. Interview people. Okay. Elmir, set up.
Set up meeting.
Set up meeting. Irin, for you, write.
Write a report.
Elmir, and for you, work in.
Work in team. Work in a team.
Good job, ladies. Now we are going to look at people with different jobs, and I would say these are very modern jobs, yeah, that we see very often these days. Yeah, we didn't used to have these jobs maybe 10 years ago so much, but these days, yes, a lot. We will look at them and choose what are the people's responsibilities and everyday activities. I'll show you. Have a look. So first one is here, market researcher, a modern new profession, yes, which is common these days. I'd like you to read first about market researcher and decide which phrase suits best, okay, which is the most logical. Let's compare market research. Yeah. Okay, Erin, will you start? We will read one by one, okay?
In my job, I do research for my company.
Elmir, go on.
I use different methods to get information.
And one
I,
more.
I often interview people on the phone.
All right, Irina.
I also use the internet to collect data when I have to write a report.
Yeah. Okay. Elmir, and you?
The documents contain all the details of my research. Sometimes I give presentations to tell people about my results.
Exactly. Very good. And here is also a nice word, collect, or phrase, collect data. What is data, ladies? What is data?
Ну, данные.
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 Да. Collect data — это собирать данные какие-то. So, and we pronounce it data. Let's say together, data.
Data.
Yeah, very good. So collect data. Right. Okay, this was market researcher. Now let's check out HR officer. And first of all, before we check who, what the person does, tell me who is HR.
Это специалист по поиску кадров для компании.
Yes, this is right. And what does HR stand for? How? What are these letters? What do they mean?
Head research, по-моему.
Human.
Human.
Human. Who is human? Это люди. And resource. Human resources. Человеческие ресурсы ищут. Yeah. Human resources. HR stands for human resources. No one, of course, says human resources. People usually say the short form HR, right? So yeah, you're totally right, Erin. This is the person who looks for new people or suitable people for the company, right? Okay, let us work individually 30 seconds. Check the text about HR. Okay, let's compare. Elmir, this time you start.
A big part of my job is finding suitable staff for the company. I arrange interviews
Hmm? Good jobs.
for jobs.
Okay, Erin.
Yeah, if they are good, I offer them the job. If they accept the job, the company then employs them.
Okay, logical, right? Nothing so
Mhm, mhm.
fine. The next job is office manager. We all know office managers. They have a lot of responsibilities. Let's check it out. 30 seconds and then we compare. Mhm. Good. Erin, would you like to start?
I'm very busy at work. I have to organize everything that happens in the office. I do things like set up meetings, I organize them and make sure everyone knows about them.
Perfect. Elmir, and the next sentence?
When we need new staff, I also arrange interviews for my job,
For my boss.
for my boss.
For my boss. Okay, good. This was office manager with a lot of responsibilities. And we've got one more person that, oh, no, sorry, two. Project manager and shop assistant. First, look at project manager, ladies. Mhm. Okay, let's see. So Elmir, you start this time.
In my job, I need to be very organized and have good communication skills. As my title says, I am responsible for managing projects.
Uh-huh.
Project.
Irina? Uh-huh.
I work with the team to get the project done and make sure everything runs smoothly.
Right. And I love the word smoothly here. Have you ever heard it?
Гладко.
Гладко, ага. Это слово частенько можно заметить на, например, кремах для лица. Вот гляньте, может быть, на вашем креме тоже написано, да? For smooth skin или it smoothens your skin, right? So smooth.
Mhm.
And here smoothly. Good. Okay, and 10 seconds to look at shop assistant. Okay. Erin, begin.
I work in a busy bookshop, so I serve customers all day.
Right. And Ilmir?
My goal for the future is to manage the bookshop myself.
Yes, perfect, perfect. Okay, okay. So here we've had some professions, some jobs and their responsibilities. Yeah, ответственностях на работе, responsibilities. If you look at these 5 people or 5 jobs, do you think you would like to do any of these? Does any of these jobs look interesting and attractive to you? Erin, how about you?
I think more attractive for me is market researcher because I love finding interesting information about something and to do some conclusion about this.
Right. Do you personally ever make market research? For example, in Instagram, yes, you can see many other doctors and what kind of posts they do, what research they make, what information they present. Do you ever make a market research in medicine?
Well, we do something like market research in my main job because we prepare an annual report about working in our department. And as for Instagram, when I want to tell something about some medical question, I read a lot of source about this on this theme, and I think it's look like a work of market researcher.
I think it looks like the work of researcher, yeah, but a market researcher usually researches the people doing or the companies, doing the job in this field. Yeah. For example, for you personally, yes, the market research looks like you look what other doctors do, what other doctors post. Yeah, and this is the market research for you. Yeah, right.
I understood. Well, now I try to make some blog in Instagram, and of course I research the theme, what other doctors in Instagram tell us, and I try to find the information what didn't, what doesn't tell, не рассказывает, который не рассказывает, what are not told in their blogs.
Yeah, but information is singular form, not but
is not told in their blogs.
Right. Okay, so this looks like a market research. Yeah, you have a look what other people, other clinics, other doctors talk about. Elmir, what about you personally? Which of these jobs look attractive or look interesting to you?
I work in a busy private clinic. And I serve customers all day.
Yeah.
All day. half
Yeah.
half of the
Right. You consult the patients, serve the customers. Exactly. Okay. Uh-huh. Right.
shop assistant is close for me.
Okay. Right. Just in term of serving the customers. Right. Do you think you would like to try doing any of these other jobs?
Maybe office manager
Huh? Why?
because it's very quiet
Mm.
job, I think.
Right. But look, the person says, I'm very busy at work. I have to organize everything. Yeah.
Everyone is busy on his work, I think.
Okay, which is also true, right? Elmir, and speaking about market research, so you also have a blog, right? And the clinic is quite big and there are other clinics. Do you ever make a market research to check what other
Um,
people do, what other people post, for example?
yes, we have a manager, Isabella, who
Mhm.
every day talk us to
Tells
give
us that. Tells
tells us to do presentation, reels, and others in other activities in social media.
Okay. She helps, yes, in that case.
Yes, and I have a girl who makes me some reels, some posts, because it's very very terrible for me.
Mm-hmm. Right. So you don't like it yourself,
sometimes,
right?
and sometimes I don't know how it make
Не passive, how it
how it makes
uh-uh.
how it makes how it was made,
How it is и третья
how
форма.
it is made.
Made.
Made. Made. Uh-huh. How it is made. Right. Yes, technical problem is also serious. I agree with you. This is what we are going to listen about right now. We will listen to a talk from Sharon and her job. Have a look. You're going to listen to Sharon describing her job as a digital advertising. Yeah. And what activities do you think she does every day? So, ladies, what do you think? What does she do every day? She's a digital advertising manager. What does she do every day?
Maybe she create a
Uh-huh.
new advertisement and at the same time research others others ideas from her конкуренты,
Competitors, yeah. You know the word competition, yeah?
Mhm.
So
Yes.
competitors. Yeah. These are people who do similar job as you, right?
Mhm.
Competitors. Yes. Okay. Irin, she do or she does the research?
She does.
She create or she creates?
She creates and she researches.
Right. Very good. Okay. Elmir, what else do you think she does every day?
She does working with technical with computer.
Okay. Yeah. With computer, with mobile phone, right? She works
Yeah.
on that. Good. Something more? All right. Let's listen and check it out. Yeah. So please listen to Sharon and take notes. What does she do at work? Working in a digital advertising. Ready to listen?
Yes.
Unit 10. Recording 5.
Thank you very much for agreeing to this phone interview, Sharon. I'd like to ask you some questions about your experience, if that's okay, and then I'm sure you will have questions for me too.
Yes, that's great, Tim. Thank you.
So, can you tell me what you're doing at the moment?
Well, right now I'm working in digital advertising. I work for a company that helps people market their products online.
And what exactly do you do?
Well, there are two parts to my job. I write texts for websites and material that is used in blogs or ebooks. So, for example, I'll write the text for a lifestyle blog about what people do in their free time, or an online travel site.
Sorry, Sharon, I didn't catch that last bit. Could you repeat it?
Yes, of course, an online travel site. I have to tell people about a particular place.
And could you tell me what the second part is?
So, when you search for something online, there'll be a lot of results, right?
Yes.
So, my job is to try to make sure the customer's blog or website is at the top of that list of results. Then more people will visit their site and hopefully they'll get more sales.
I see. How do you do that?
I have to do some research. I need to find out what keywords people usually use when they search for this kind of product or website. I also need to look at the competitors' sites and see what keywords they use. Then I have to make sure that I include the keywords and phrases in the texts I write.
Could you give me an example?
Well, people often search for ways to do something. So a title like 10 Ways To is a good one.
Right, I see.
Oh, I almost forgot. I sometimes have to give presentations to customers as well.
So you're very busy. One final question. Do you enjoy your job, Sharon? Do you ever recommend it to other people?
Yes, I love it. I definitely recommend it to anyone looking for a job in marketing. If someone is creative and interested in the way people think, it's a great job.
Well, that's great to hear. Now, do you have questions for me about anything that I've said?
Hmm. Okay. So, as she said, there are two parts of her job. Elmir, what's the first part? What does she do?
First, her job consists of two parts.
Right.
First part, it's writing text to lifestyle blogs, travel blogs.
Yes, that's right. And to websites. Yeah.
And to websites, yes.
Right. Totally agree. Good. Okay. Thank you, Irin. And what's your second part of the job?
Her second part of her job is to make the so situation when the side of her customers will be on top of internet research.
Why
And
is it so important? Why is it so important?
because when this website will be in top, many visitors can use this website and find interesting information in this website and maybe do something purchases, for example, and for this part of her job, she research.
Irin, once again, she
researches the others' website, including competitors' websites, to find key words which can help to make her websites in top.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. She analyzes the top words, right? And she uses them in her websites and texts. Totally agree. Ilmir, does she like her job?
Yes, he enjoys his job. It's very
Once again,
creative.
Ilmir, once again, please. She enjoys
She enjoys her job.
her job. Uh-huh.
It's very creative and great job.
Right. And she would recommend, yes, it to people
Yeah.
who are creative. Very nice, ladies. Good job. Let's listen to this recording one more time and we will read it also to check for details and check if you got everything right. If any more details, please take notes of them. All right. So
Mhm.
listen, read, and check your answers. Let's go.
Unit 10. Recording 5.
Thank you very much for agreeing to this phone interview, Sharon. I'd like to ask you some questions about your experience, if that's okay, and then I'm sure you'll have questions for me too.
Yes, that's great, Tim. Thank you.
So, can you tell me what you're doing at the moment?
Well, right now I'm working in digital advertising. I work for a company that helps people market their products online.
And what exactly do you do?
Well, there are two parts to my job. I write texts for websites and material that is used in blogs or ebooks. So, for example, I'll write the text for a lifestyle blog about what people do in their free time, or an online travel site.
Sorry, Sharon, I didn't catch that last bit. Could you repeat it?
Yes, of course, an online travel site. I have to tell people about a particular place.
And could you tell me what the second part is?
So, when you search for something online, there'll be a lot of results, right?
Yes.
So, my job is to try to make sure the customer's blog or website is at the top of that list of results. Then more people will visit their site and hopefully they'll get more sales.
I see. How do you do that?
I have to do some research. I need to find out what keywords people usually use when they search for this kind of product or website. I also need to look at the competitors' sites and see what keywords they use. Then I have to make sure that I include the keywords and phrases in the texts I write.
Could you give me an example?
Well, people often search for ways to do something. So a title like 10 Ways To is a good one.
Right, I see.
Oh, I almost forgot. I sometimes have to give presentations to customers as well.
So you're very busy. One final question. Do you enjoy your job, Sharon? Do you ever recommend it to other people?
Yes, I love it. I definitely recommend it to anyone looking for a job in marketing. If someone is creative and interested in the way people think, it's a great job.
Well, that's great to hear. Now, do you have questions for me about anything that I've said?
Okay, such a job interview. So one more thing we didn't mention. What does she write for? So we said she writes for travel blogs. She writes for websites and
For
Yeah.
ebooks.
for ebooks, exactly. And E stands for internet, right? For electronic books, yeah? Not for internet, but for electronic, for ebooks. That's right. What else does she do at work? One thing we didn't mention.
Sometimes she makes a presentation for customers.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Maybe after some research, right? She has to make the presentation. She has to give a presentation. Good.
Mhm.
Any questions here after listening? Maybe you would like to check some vocabulary or whatever? No?
A particular place.
Mhm. Let me see. Was it
Начале
before?
там был.
Travel blog.
So, can you tell me what...
Particular place. Particular, that means any exact, какое-то конкретное место. Да?
М,
Пока не вижу. Давайте глянем. Так.
Ниже она должна быть. Там после travel. Вот. Вот здесь.
Ага, particular place. Right. I have to tell people about a particular place. То есть про какое-то конкретное место она рассказывает. Yeah? Good. Elmira, something you would like to check with me?
I don't understand. how she work with competitors.
Competitors, yeah? Competitors,
Competitors. Yeah.
right? She looks at their blogs and she analyzes.
And
See, just a moment. Here. I also need to look at competitors' sites, websites,
Right.
yeah? And see what keywords they use. Yeah, what are the
ключевые слова, да?
Мгм.
Ключевые слова.
Да, это очень важно, да, потому что по поиску, чтобы по поиску выдавала
Ага.
по ключевым словам. Yeah. So she
Мгм.
analyzes the competitors' websites. Yeah.
А вот этот пример она приводит еще какой-то.
Right. Yes, let's
Что-то там.
For example, 10 ways to, да, 10 способов, чтобы, очень много таких вариантов. 10
Да.
способов, чтобы похудеть, 10 способов, чтобы запоминать английские слова, 10 способов, чтобы быть здоровыми, ну и так далее. Yeah? So
Мгм.
10 ways to is a good idea because in these 10 things you can use a lot of keywords.
Мгм.
Yeah? Later on you can use a lot of keywords. Okay? So, and this is what is also very popular, yeah, these days. I mean, people who have their own blogs, they look for this, we call them SMM specialists, yeah. In English, she's called the digital advertising. So she's working in the digital advertising. I'd like to ask you, ladies, do you think you personally would like to do this kind of job? Would you like to do Sharon's job? No, why not? Okay, why not?
I hate to make a social media life. I hate it. I don't know new technologies. I don't know how to make.
Right.
No, I can't.
Uh-huh.
I haven't this talent.
Okay, I don't have,
I
this.
don't have this talent.
Right. So only because of new technology, yeah, you have to use your mobile phone a lot. That is why. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Fine. Good. Irin, and you, would you like to try this job, do you think?
When I have started my own blog, I have to do this work myself, and nowadays I understood that it's very difficult for me because I don't have enough knowledge in this area. And today I have a solution that I stopped my blog for some time because I should to prepare some content because I don't have enough time for preparing text and for creative, interesting ideas how to tell this information for my audience. And I saw the statistics information and understood that my content nowadays is not very interesting for people, and I want to find the way how to do this content more interesting, because I want to tell people useful information about their health and infection diseases. It's my future goal, and it's a main goal of my blog. And I understood that I waste of time for unuseful information and unuseful work. And nowadays I understood that the digital advertisement, it's advertising is very difficult work when you don't have enough knowledge in this area. We should learn everything in your area in your work.
Yes, right. Plus, it is super difficult when you have another job, when you have your main job, right? It is because this digital advertising, it takes so much time, yes, and we need to do it. I mean, people need to do it thoughtfully and present it in an interesting way, in a useful way, right? Which is a challenge. You need to have this knowledge, yeah, you need to have this skill, right? Elmir, and back to you, I wanted to ask you, right? So you've got someone who makes your posts, right? And who makes your stories and stuff. But who prepares the text and content? Do you prepare it? Or does the marketologist prepare it for you?
We have discussed about content on next week or next weeks. And I sent her some information about it. Then she
okay, yeah, she works with this information. Yeah?
She works with this information and sent to social media.
All right. So you discuss the content, right? You give the text, right? And she works it out. Okay.
Sometimes we ask people what his interests.
Yeah.
And do content with this information.
Also, by the way, a good idea, right? Isn't it? To ask your audience, what do you want to know about? Right. Okay. Perfect. So in my opinion, these days it is an important part, yes, and many people want to sell their product or services online. And that is why we need people who understand in digital advertising, right? So today we knew a little bit about this job. All right. So ladies, next time we will get a little bit back to grammar. For that, yes, today we learned some vocabulary. So for practicing vocabulary, I will ask you to check your workbooks, yeah, and practice these phrases a little bit. They didn't seem to be difficult today. Just practice them to refresh. I'm going to send you all homework on Telegram as usual, and have a lovely evening today and see you next time, right?
Right.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you.